We just had a huge investment in education. We saw referenda around the state where the people of Wisconsin, as we've said, they have the right to raise their own taxes. We're not going to do it.
The billions in referendum, doesn't that show, though, that education needs more money from the state?
Absolutely not. It's the opposite.
That was State Assembly Speaker Robin Vos during a recent appearance on Upfront, talking about education funding and the upcoming state budget. I want to mention one thing about Vos's recent comments. Now, Robin Vos is right. We had the largest increase in per-student aid going to our schools coming out of the last budget. That's because the state hadn't increased funding to our schools since, well, I was in high school, which if you can't tell was just a few years ago. But by failing to adequately fund schools for a generation of kids, the Republican-led state legislature simply kicked the can down the road. The result? The amount of money schools need has snowballed, and now the bill is due. According to new research published by the Wisconsin Policy Forum, everyone will see an increase in their property taxes this year, whether you voted for a referendum or not. And because Republicans refused to boost school funding incrementally over the last decade, the increase to your property tax bill will be bigger than it would otherwise be. Additionally, the report noted that because of the complex way we fund education in this state, the growth in private voucher or choice schools is also contributing to property tax increases. Speaker Robin Vos is fine with that, and he says we're keeping the same system this year. But Governor Tony Evers thinks the Republicans' much smaller majority means Vos doesn't have the final word on this.
I mean, he can talk all he wants, but you know what? He ain't governor, and he's not in charge of the Senate. He's in charge of the Assembly. The Assembly looks a lot different than it did last time around.